The poem literally starts to say, so I want a wife, but I don't want to be married. It's just something about a contractual agreement disguised as love and commitment that scares me. I really just want a woman who's understanding and loves me for me. The type of real woman who can put up with all my cheating ways, infidelities, and insecurities.
But my problem with it is, why are we accepting it? Why do we want to say that this is okay if we're so aware of it?
This brother is aware, and in the dating sense, this is a blessing for women. The majority of men know that they have to lie to you because y'all don't accept the truth like you're supposed to. So if this man is literally telling you, this is what I want, it is now up to you to determine if you want to move forward with a man like this. If not, leave him alone. It's the same advice that I would give a man. We on a consult, and he said, I met this woman who dresses like a stripper. She hanging out, everything out, but I like her. Okay? Been in a relationship with this woman. Now I want her to stop dressing like a stripper. And you know what she told me, medium man? No, you met me like this. And you know what I'm going to tell him? Shut the fuck up. You met her like that. That's your fault.
Yeah.
Mr. Anno.
Peace, God.
Here it is.
How are you?
I'm doing okay. How about yourself?
I'm great. I'm a little nervous.
Why is that crazy work?
From our past experiences, you just come off very just angelic and smooth. And then the bomb comes out your mouth. We just never know. If you guys don't remember, let's go ahead and run this clip.
So you okay with her cheating?
Yeah. I want a wife, but I just don't want to get married. There's just something about a contractual agreement disguised as love and commitment that scares me. I want a wife. I just don't want to be married though.
Well.
Like I wanna eat a good ass meal, but I don't want to help wash the dishes or clean the kitchen.
Okay.
Yeah.
But look, he's on this show saying this. Ladies, you should consider that a blessing. If that's not what you want, good day to you, sir. It was nice to meet you. You see what the young lady did? She popped her balloon. Hell no, I want to get married. He don't believe in marriage. That's just one less man that you can't date because he don't want marriage. Because again, this goes to the ladies. The market will decide. If he's able to find a woman who doesn't want marriage, he want a wife, he just don't want to be in a contract, like you say, cool. But I don't know why women don't take this stuff as a blessing. Because most men gonna lie to your ass. Because they know they gotta lie to you because y'all don't respond well to the truth. Just like that. Okay? So if he's giving you the courtesy of telling you the truth, I don't want marriage. Good day to you, sir. Is that fair? Am I missing something? Why y'all get offended if a man say that he don't want marriage or he don't want to do something? Just disregard him from your dating pool. It's simple. That's a blessing. Okay? On that point, when he said he don't want to get married, is y'all don't see that as a heads up? Like, okay, cool. I'm glad you told me. I tell men that all the time. If a woman says some foolery, hey, I need you to pay all my bills. Oh, that's nice. Good day to you. It was nice meeting you. Let's go ahead and finish our dinner, and I will never talk to you again. That's a blessing. That woman could be trying to use whole tactics on your ass and try and siphon money out of you while you sitting there entertaining this woman getting side hugs. You know what I'm saying? That's a blessing if a woman tells you straight up. You ain't got to waste no more energy in her. Just like this guy. If that's not what you want, keep it moving.
Ooh. You definitely shook the room. You came in very peaceful, very spiritual. Ladies were feeling your vibe. And then you said that you want a wife, but not a wife.
Right.
Without the title.
Without the title. Like,
Yeah, I said I want a wife, but I don't want to be married.
yeah, that's what that... I'm so thrown off, I couldn't even get the wording together. I want a wife without being... How does that work?
Like I said on there, like I want to enjoy a good ass meal, but I don't.
Hey, lady, close your legs. Hey, where your mom at? Tell you how to sit. That dress is too short for one, but you got to cross your legs or something. Stand up, pull that skirt down. Why am I telling grown women this? I'm old. All right.
I want to help wash the dishes and clean the kitchen. And I kind of really only want a wife at home when I'm in the streets and my game ain't working on these bitches.
Wait, brother, wait. Hold on.
Can you clarify that without the profanity?
I kind of only want a wife at home when I'm in the streets and my game not working on these women.
What does that mean?
I mean, 90% of what our relationships are today. I just said it.
Okay.
He said 90%.
It's true.
Hard truth. So he basically, let me kind of break it down. He's basically saying that you in a relationship as a couple, but you have women on the side and you out there doing your own thing with the woman on the side. Is that what you're saying?
Not really on the side because ain't nobody mind. Oh yeah, not really on the side because nobody mind. Like, and actually a lot of people don't know. I'm gonna break this to y'all right here because maybe y'all didn't know that. I'm a poet and a spoken word artist, by the way. That was a poem I was reciting.
It sounded like a poem or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
One of your.
That poem, I was reciting my poem. Yeah.
So did it have meaning behind it, or was it?
Yeah, it's a deep meaning. Yeah, the poem literally starts to say, "So I want a wife, but I don't want to be married." It's just something about a contractual agreement disguised as love and commitment that scares me. So I made up my mind. I'm not tying the knot, not even in my shoe, because truthfully, to me, nothing about marriage is married. But I do like the part where we walk and hold hands. Sometimes when I'm in a lovey-dovey mood, turn your ringer back on, flip over your phone, boo. When you with me, it's cool. I ain't tripping off no other dudes. I really just want you when I want you. Yeah, I tell you I want to be exclusive. But that's only in the moment. I call you mine, but I don't own you. You call me yours too, but we both knowing that when we leave each other, we free as birds. In the spring, Flavarius feeding on flowers. But I always get you to come back when I Venus flytrap you with these soft words.
Hey, this brother's spitting right here. He telling it. Wait, I'm gonna let him cook. Let me not interrupt. Go ahead, brother.
You don't know if I'm lily-livered or kidding when I tell you that I love you and I miss you. I read her soul through her eyes like a magazine and we on the same page and she subscribes to what I'm delivering to her every time so we never have an issue. We don't belong to each other though. We just cool. I mean, I guess you could say I want to have my cake and eat it too. Cherry chocolate to be specific. But nah, for real, it's you I really want to be with. Don't make that face, sweetheart. Come here. Give me some sugar. You know you like that sweet shit. You always saying you want to be a nigga ride or die, bitch. I thought you liked that G shit. I want a wife, but I don't want to be married. I really want a love so pure and innocent, but I don't want the hardships of marriage, though. I just want all of the benefits. It's kind of like I want to enjoy a good-ass meal, but I don't want to help wash the dishes and clean the kitchen. It's kind of like I only really want a wife at home when I'm in the streets and my game ain't working on these women. I want a wife, but I don't want to be married. Why you looking at me strange? Majority of y'all husbands still trying to get in their Xbox and control love. Don't blame me for playing the game.
Oh, that was cold. Xbox to control. Oh, it was cold.
Why, but I don't want to be married. I really just want a woman who's understanding and loves me for me. The type of real woman who can put up with all my cheating ways, infidelities, and insecurities.
Oh, this he went off on that one.
I want a wife, but I don't want to be married. But if you out there in the world, I'd get on one knee, look you in your eyes and ask, would you like to be one of my girls?
Ooh.
I want a wife, but I don't want to be married. But let me keep my stuff at your place and keep my apartment key. And you always welcome at my spot too. But you got to make sure you text or call me. I want a wife, but I don't want to be married. And it's not that I might have another woman over. It's that I might have two. And I would love.
He goes.
For you to join us, babe. But one of the women is actually my real boo. I want a wife, but I don't want to be married. But don't lie. You know I'm your type of guy. You know you feel me. You know you identify with these toxic, narcissistic vibes. I want a wife, but I don't want to be married. I mean, it really just runs in our men's family trees. We've been taught to write love checks our hearts can't cash. We can't count how many times we've been wrong, but we'll never admit it or apologize because we wasn't raised on accountability. I want a wife, but I don't want to be married. Probably why some of y'all looking at me like I'm crazy, but changes for dollar bills. And frankly, I'm stuck in my ways. I've been brought up like this since I was a baby. I want a wife, but I don't want to be married. And it might sound wrong, but can you really blame me? I mean, are all men dog-ass, unaccountable, narcissistic manipulators, cheaters, and players? Or are we just simply products of all the single women who raised us?
Ooh. Well, shit. The brother then told you what he want. That was cold. He put some thought into that. That was. There you go. There they go. Shout out to that brother. Air Force Reed $5 super chat said YN poetry slam this dude. That was cold. I like that. Hold on, let's continue.
A lot of words. Yeah.
So all the women trying to hang me, talk about your damn self, because y'all racist.
I don't know.
Nah, see, so this goes back to my point where the black community is under the impression that black fathers weren't involved. So let me explain to y'all what's going on. This is where I come in, because I know what he's trying to say. The women raised us, which he's under the impression that the majority of us didn't have fathers in the household, or fathers that were active. Okay, so when you look at the 69.3% of children at a wedlock on black women's behalf, the black community sees that as uninvolved fathers. So they put children at a wedlock with black men not being involved. So that's why his poem is saying, y'all raised us, as if the men weren't there. I want black men to get comfortable with saying this. If you grew up as in a single parent household, single mother household, and your father wasn't involved in some sort of way, you are the minority. I want to be clear on that. You are the minority. That is not commonplace in the black community. Not anymore. Okay, I just did the Monahan report video. So if your dad was not present, that's the minority. Okay? Y'all understand what I'm saying here? So yes, that may be his dynamic, but that's not the majority of black folks. The majority of black folks had their dad either living with them or they were involved, the most involved. Okay? So I understand the premise of the poem. I get it. But that's a stereotype that needs to be removed from black culture.
Oh man, that was deep. That was deep. What do you
really
say?
is, yeah.
What do you got to say, Sean?
Yeah, it really was. I know y'all feeling stupid in them comments.
Hold on, let her talk. Come on,
That's real shit though. I ain't gonna lie, it's real. It's not. I know I was trolling, but that's a real topic though. You know what I mean? It really it was like a trauma poem. You know, it's like me. How can I take accountability as a man while still making sure the women know y'all are part of the accountability? Because if ain't no fathers around, like y'all say, since my era, ain't no daddies around, right?
See, and he's like I said, he's doing it again. And this is where black men need to educate themselves, because this is how this stereotype continues to spread. Because we're still under the impression that the majority of black fathers weren't in the household. Now, in regards to accountability and black women being involved, he's a black man, so I'm just going to focus on the black community. When it comes to accountability, this dude wouldn't be able to move how he moves if women didn't allow it. If black women in particular didn't allow him to move as such. If there was a preference or a standard to where, look, I'm not going to entertain a man unless he is focused on getting married. Okay? He is marriage minded. Now, the only way that a man like this is able to move and shake on the dating market is if women, entertain him. So that's why his way works. So that's where the accountability comes in. Not in regards to how we were raised. The accountability falls on the women that entertain him, especially if you're a woman who consider yourself as dating with intention and trying to get married, marriage minded, but you will make a pit stop and deal with the man who is openly saying, I don't want to get married. But you deal with him because you may be attracted to him. Brother Cole with the words. That poem was fantastic. So we can see how he's able to talk his way into some booty. And that shouldn't be happening. But you know what? It does happen. So that's why he's saying y'all accountable too. If I'm sitting there on a public platform telling you I don't want marriage, but there's still going to be women in his DMs trying to sneak in. And you expect him to have a moral compass and be like, nah, lady, I told you I don't want marriage. No, he gonna take the booty and run with it. Okay? And I know it's funny, but it's serious. So that's where y'all got to hold the line and be accountable. I'm not gonna blame him at all. Don't expect him to be better than what he's saying that he wants. It's that simple. He done told you already. That's all. That's the heads up that's the only heads up you need. All right? Your vagina is not going to change his mind. Simple. So stop trying to skirt accountability. All right? It's embarrassing, man. We got to talk to people like third graders.
You know what I mean? So who raising all the children? The mamas, the grandmas, the aunties, the sisters, the friends, all females. And I'm not saying they're not doing a good job. I'm just saying, hey, these are the men y'all are dealing with. All the ones y'all raised, because they weren't getting dropped off to uncles and brothers and stuff on the regular.
They were. Black man. They were.
Every now and then, you know what I mean? But for the most part, we all 70%, 80% raised by divine feminine energy. So
see, and there it is again. This is a perfect example of what I'm talking about. I hate to keep stopping it, but this is the reason why I put out those videos. No, the majority of black men were not raised around divine feminine energy. And this is where you have to be responsible for how you act, for how you decided to move in the world. We put too much responsibility on the parents when our asses get grown. Okay? Y'all got all this money to buy all types of shit, buy hair, buy Jordans and shit, buy chains and all types of foolery. But you didn't spend none of that money to fix your traumas that you may have picked up when you was young. And you're gonna try and blame the parents for your grown ass and the way that you move in the world today? I don't accept that at all. Y'all too grown for this shit. Don't try and blame the whole black community because you decided to say that you don't want to get married and you don't want a wife. You created that, not your parents. You too old for this shit. The black community got it. I was raised wrong. Y'all talk about therapy. You talk about knowing, that you need to, fix some shit. And then you're going to fall back on blaming your parents. You at 35 years old, your grown ass. No, it's not your parents' fault. Once you leave the house, your parents did their job. They set you up for success. You got into the world, into this free world, and you picked up this bullshit. That ain't your parents' fault. That's your fault. Matter of fact, it ain't even a fault. It's just something that you developed. And if you don't want to change, cool. But don't bring that shit back to your parents. That's your fault. I'm getting tired of this shit, man. We put too much on how we was raised. Y'all been knowing that you need to change some shit. We got all these past traumas that we got to fix. Black men talking about they was taught to be players. You grown now. You stop. My uncles told me we need to get all the women. How old are you? How old are you to be still if you think that it's wrong and you haven't changed, that's your fucking fault. Black women, we were taught to get our degrees and not look for a husband. How the fuck old are you? You 40 years old still repeating that shit? Shouldn't you be teaching the younger women that that's not what you're supposed to be doing? Shouldn't you at your big age understand what you're supposed to be doing now instead of going back on that little mindset? We were taught to get our degrees. Shut the fuck up. You grown. We some grown ass people still carrying this shit. Y'all. This is embarrassing. That ain't got nothing to do with your parents. Y'all raised us. We too grown. I'm 46 years old. I can see me saying some shit like this when I'm 18. But at 46, you really think I'm gonna blame my parents for some shit that I learned and I ain't fixed yet? Stupid motherfuckers. God, dog. Air Force Reek, $5 super chat. Black folk talk about therapy because it sounds sexy, but in reality, most are afraid to go see on. Yeah, man, it's only 25% of us. 25% of us in the black community actually seek therapy. Okay, it's that simple. So we let black people get on these panels and talk about how they were affected by how they were raised, and they sitting up there grown with kids and shit. No, you don't get that out. You're not gonna get that shit over here. Why haven't you fixed that shit? You grew up in a single parent household. You wanna make sure your kids grow up in a 2-parent household. How do you do that? You learn. But instead, you're gonna blame all I seen was my single mother raising us. But if you know that shit ain't what you're supposed to be doing, why haven't you fixed it? That's your fault. I don't care what you saw when you was young. You too grown for this shit, man. The cycle got to stop somewhere. Instead of blaming past decades of, what you picked up when you was a kid. We too old for this shit, man. The black community will never succeed as a collective if we keep relying on what happened in the past, especially when we know better. We know better. Black women, y'all know better. Or you could just simply be honest and say, hey, I would prefer to get my degree and not get married. Just say that. Don't say that you were taught to get your degree. If you were taught that and you know it's wrong, why ain't you fixed it? Black men, if you were taught that you're supposed to be having sex when you were 16 years old and you ain't fixed the shit and you still carrying on these player ass ways, that's your fault. You know it's wrong, but you continuously do it. Why haven't you fixed that? Don't blame your parents. Don't blame your uncles. Black women, don't blame your aunties. Be strong and independent. You know how many black women get on these panel shows and talk about we were taught to be independent women? Y'all been saying this shit for the past 4 fucking decades. Y'all ain't learned shit yet? Y'all got kids. Y'all ain't taught y'all daughters this shit, that it's wrong to do this, to get pregnant out of wedlock? Where y'all been at? How many decades this shit got to go on where we keep saying the same thing? We blaming the past decade. Y'all know better. Y'all some grown ass motherfuckers, man, and you still saying this shit? This shit's stupid, man.
Oh, if we all narcissistic on account of, who taught us that?
So what? You grown. It's some elementary shit. Who taught us that? You a grown man with a beard and braids, bro. Shut up. Who taught us that? It's up to you to fix it, right? God, dog.
That's just real.
I definitely feel a lot of what you're saying because a lot of men do fit the description that you just cited to us.
No, they
Definitely.
don't. No, they don't. A lot of men don't fit his description. No, they don't. That dude is 1 in a million for sitting there saying, yeah, man, I want a woman to accept my cheating ways. I don't want to get married. It ain't a lot of men that think like this. It's just him. What the hell?
No, I'm not talking about you.
Crazy. I have nothing to do with FG, DZ, and Shiny break up. It wasn't me, nigga.
I just think it's hard though for you to put everybody or all men in the same category, or not even just men, because you said that we were all pretty much brought up in the same product of our environment. But I mean, me personally, I was brought up by 2 parents. My sister with 2 parents, my brother 2 parents. Like a lot of people were fortunate enough. I'm gonna use that word because it is a.
Hey man, look here. We as a black community have to stop blaming single parent households for us fucking up. None of that shit matters. Okay? Especially we know better. How long we been having these conversations? How long? About the single parent households. We know that it is ideal for black folks to grow up in 2-parent households. But as you get older, you gonna continue to blame your upbringing? What sense does that make? We grown here. Y'all having kids and shit, buying houses, buying cars. You know what I'm saying? Out here partying and shit. And you still gonna fall back on, I was raised in a single parent household. That's why I act the way I act. No, it ain't. You just a piss poor human being. You make poor decisions. That's your fault. Especially when you know better. If you are able to convey all of the issues that come with being, growing up in a single parent household, and you still gonna blame that situation for you knowing the issues, and you trying to blame that when you grown, maybe I'm putting too much on people being grown these days. When I seen it was shit that I needed to fix, I made sure that I did whatever I can to change it, to fix the issue. Y'all sit there and continue with the issue that you have, and then reach back and blame your parents. Your parents ain't there no more. They ain't living with you. They ain't telling you what to do. You grown now. Fix it. We got to get out of this shit, man. Every time, oh man, he grew up in a single mother household. That's why he act like that. No. He act like that because he a fuck up. She act like that because she a fuck up. That's it. And they ain't did the work to fix all the issues that they should have fixed a long time ago. But now you blaming all your bad decisions on the single parent. No, that shit ain't gonna fly here. We too grown for this, man. God, dog.
Fortunate thing, because a lot of people were not. Yes, DZ was not. He has six. There's 6 of them, and none of them were raised by their mother nor know their father, unfortunately. But my problem with it is, why are we accepting it? Why do we want to say that this is okay if we're so aware of it?
Yeah, but that's the thing. This brother is aware, and in the dating sense, this is a blessing for women. We need to get comfortable with saying that, because again, ladies, the majority of men know that they have to lie to you because y'all don't accept the truth like you're supposed to. So if this man is literally telling you, this is what I want, it is now up to you to determine if you want to move forward with a man like this. If not, leave him alone. And that's why I always go back to the primitive mating standards of black women. I've seen y'all on these damn dating street interviews. What do you think about this man right here? Show him some dude that's muscular and tall. Nah, he look like a player. I have sex with him, but I won't be his girlfriend. What kind of shit is that? So this dude sitting there with these good words, he done told you he don't want to get married. He want to cheat, but you gonna sit there and test the waters, even though he done told your ass the truth, expecting him to do something different. And now you crying on social media, doing a story time on TikTok. He cheated on me. And you go back to this interview, he said, I want a woman that's going to accept me for cheating. But you know who ain't going to listen? The women that's sitting there corroborating your story. Oh, yeah, girl. Yeah, that's right. He did cheat on you. After he told you he was going to cheat on you, he did cheat on you. He wrong. He ain't wrong. You just dumb. Because you didn't listen. This is stupid.
First step is recognizing that there's an issue. And you've clearly done that.
Correct.
Why would you not want to take the steps of making a change? Because, correct me if I'm wrong, you have children.
No, he don't have to. She's saying, why have you made this? And I keep stopping it for a reason. This is important. Okay? His way is his way. He don't need to change. What you think is the right way is not his right way. His right way is what he just told y'all. Your right way is what society thinks is the right way. That's not him. He don't think like that. So you can't change a man from saying what he told you. He done told you. That's his way. He just needs a woman to get on this program. It's the same way as these women with 5 kids, right? Wasn't that woman on Kendra G show, the little chubby Dominican chick? What'd she say? I want to be an artist and I want a man to pay all the bills and shit while I work or something like that. Y'all remember that girl? That's her way. Now she got to prove that she can get that on the dating market. So he has to prove that he can get a woman that will accept him cheating, that he don't want to get married. That's his way. We got to stop trying to change people after they done told you who they are. I get what she's trying to say. You're supposed to do what's right. What society says is right. It's not him. It's that simple. Leave him alone. That's it.
Correct.
What is your job as a father to make sure that they don't end up with the same mindset that you just recited to us?
Why?
The very reason I recited the poem. You know what I mean? Like, I'm an artist, so I create. But also not, I'm not an accolade though, but I put in work in the community, you know what I mean? Like real work with children and suicide prevention and coaching and stuff like that. But I am a full-time artist. That's what I do for a living. So my job, what brings me income and also creativity and the vibrations I'm putting out to the world is through my art.
So
right.
So you're not really answering the question she asked.
No, I am answering.
They trying to get him. So this is what they're trying to do. And this stems from the young lady, the host. They're trying to get him to say, I am working to change in my ways. He don't want to change his ways. It's that simple. And it's a moot point to sit there and try and argue with the person. If he thinks his way is right, he ain't hurt nobody. Damn, the brother gets credit because he told the truth. That's what I've been telling men to do all the time. Be truthful with these women, okay? And he just went on a public platform and said it. They should be like, man, I'm glad that you told the truth. Now the women who are watching, they understand where you stand. And if they move forward with you, they know what they're getting themselves into. That's it. Okay? Lord, if we had more men like this, the dating market would be better off. Women wouldn't have no content. If men were as forward and honest like this brother. You may not like the way that he's living, but it is what it is. You ain't got to date him. Just like the women who say that they don't want marriage. And then we get black men in the comments. You don't really mean that. Shut the fuck up. That ain't your job. That ain't your job to tell this woman what she don't really mean. Who cares? She told you what it was, so you use her for what she wants. She don't want marriage. She don't want to be in a relationship. Somebody hitting that thing. So what? You ain't got to sit there and convince this woman otherwise. I don't care. Bro, y'all see me talking about these women that say this shit? I don't want marriage. Who cares? So that's her. Shit, what the hell?
No. She said, what am I doing? I'm letting her know I write.
She's saying, like, let's say, for instance, you see somebody walking across. Say you see somebody walking across the street.
Okay.
And you go and you mug them. That's what they would say. And you go to jail for it. Okay. Then you come home and you went to jail for that particular reason. And then you do it again. And then everybody, your kids see you that, and now everybody's robbing, stealing, and doing that. She's saying, when are you gonna break that cycle of?
It's not a cycle. That's his mindset. They're trying to get him to conform to what they deem is good.
Understanding that is better.
Oh, when a lot of women become accountable, I think that's when the cycle will be broke. It's accountability.
I find that very interesting.
I'm not saying that we're not accountable. See, when people hear a lot of women, people assume that men are removing ourselves from whatever we're saying y'all need to be. Nah, baby. A lot of men, we are accountable. You know what I mean? Like, like that whole point.
I'm gonna stop you real quick. Hold on. I love that you just said that you're going to start that change when women become accountable. Isn't a man's favorite line that they want to be the leaders? What? That they want to be the one to take charge in their household.
He just did. Even if he don't subscribe to that, he just did. His way of leading is leading with the truth. He just told every woman on the panel, if you want to get married, that's not me. That's it. That's leadership. He didn't told you. Oh, Lord.
and
I don't
allow a
wanna be
woman
that.
to submit to them and give them a reason, a safe place to let them lead. But you're now telling me that it doesn't start with the man, it starts with the woman?
Yeah, well, actually, I know it's gonna sound kind of weird, but the woman is actually supposed to be the head of the household because she's God.
This nigga is an anomaly. See, he don't subscribe to this shit, to none of it. Do y'all picking up what I'm putting down? I think the woman's supposed to be the head of the household. How many black men you know that think like this? Not many. Matter of fact, this is the first guy that I heard say some shit like this. What else you want him to say? He laying it all out. So like you said, like she was saying, that was a shaming tactic. She tried to shame him. Hey, men say that they want to be the leaders. He like, nah, I don't even subscribe to that. There it is. There it is. That's it. Case closed.
So that whole European indoctrination is reversed.
See, he talking this stuff, man. I'll tell you right, 2000 would have said Negro what? That's what he say. So hey, shit.
So
That's a whole no. That's just another topic that boys ain't ready for. Y'all hit that vibration later on and be like, I remember he said that.
See, he talking about vibrations and shit. This brother is 1 in a million.
Yeah.
Does anybody want to chime in on this?
As a woman, we raise our children and we hold ourselves accountable to take care of the responsibilities that the men left to do.
There it is again. You know, then that shit won't work here. The man that you chose to be the minority of men who left your ass. Okay? That's not the majority, especially for black men. For all fathers, that's not the majority. So if you found a man and you procreated with that man and he left your ass, you are the minority. You fucked up. Okay?
I guess go find themselves or go get their careers or leave for a younger woman or whatever y'all do in these streets.
But they left though.
Whatever y'all do. Yeah, but they left.
Some do, some don't. I don't know.
But
That's
I'm
not
speaking
my
about as far as the ones just, not to cut you off, but as far as the ones you're speaking of, you're saying that they left to go.
My story is a little different.
No, but see, that's also mine
But
too.
like,
We speaking
I hold myself
generalities
accountable
though.
and I raise my boys the way I need to, and their father takes them just the same amount of time.
So why the fuck did you bring that up? If that's not your dynamic, why women always go to the negative ass shit when that's not even your dynamic? You sat there and just said that the man that you had kids with is in your children's lives. Why would you even introduce that other side of it if you're not even living that type of dynamic? Why y'all do that? You see now, you see the statistics starting to make sense? Oh, my kid's father in their lives. But you led with wherever y'all leave or whatever y'all decide to do. Why? What was the point?
He raised them the way he wants to. But I would never want to have a man tell them, you're holding yourself accountable towards the woman versus the man, because the man is supposed to lead. We're the neck. You're the head. That's where you got it twisted at.
No, he don't have shit twisted. He don't subscribe to that. Y'all trying to convince this man otherwise. He don't want to hear nothing you saying. Go find a man who subscribes to that. That's it. The only reason why y'all arguing with this man is because you thought that he was a viable candidate until he started doing poetry. Because you remember how this shit started. You was a suave guy, and then you just bring out something. Yes, they thought the man was a viable candidate until he started spitting that poetry and telling y'all, hey, I'm about to cheat on your ass, and I don't want to get married. Now it's like, oh, now I got to shame you because you ain't doing what I think you should do. It's the same thing as when we was having the discussion about the woman that you already done created a future with. This woman you want to marry, but she just ain't acting right. She don't want what you want. But you mad because she just won't act right. This is that guy. You mad that he just won't conform to what you believe in. That's just one that bit the dust. You can't deal with him. He don't want what you want. He don't subscribe to none of that shit. Remove him from your dating pool. That's it. It's done. We got to get it. Man, I see why a lot of people carry trauma for years and years. Because y'all don't listen. Y'all don't listen. You don't listen to what people saying. You think that you can change everybody. You can't. Stop. You're not that good. Okay? I hate to say it like that, but you ain't got the mojo in your back pocket where you can sprinkle some magic dust on the dude, and now you're gonna be thinking that, oh man, the man is, God, husband, wife. He think you the head. So get to work.
So I get where you coming from. You're not alone, but you still got to hold yourself accountable in a sense.
No, what they're missing is he's already holding himself accountable. He's living in his truth, right? It's the same advice that I would give a man. We on a consult, and he said, I met this woman who dresses like a stripper. She hanging out, everything out, but I like her. Okay? Been in a relationship with this woman. Now I want her to stop dressing like a stripper. And you know what she told me, medium man? No, you met me like this. And you know what I'm gonna tell him? Shut the fuck up. You met her like that. That's your fault. Now, if she want to change for you, cool. If she don't, you met her half naked. You was attracted to that. Now that you with her, you want her to change the way she dressed? That's your fault. You the dumbass that got in a relationship with her thinking that you could change her. That's the same shit I'm gonna tell a woman who deals with a man who just told your ass that he don't want to get married and he gonna cheat on your ass. I'm putting the accountability on you, woman. He took accountability. He told your ass. Okay? You understand? Y'all too grown for this shit, man. What's going on?